time for The Pet Show with America's favorite pet expert, Warren Eckstein. Warren is the author of How to Get Your Cat to Do What You Want and How to Get Your Dog to Do What You Want. He's here to answer all your pet and animal questions. And now, Warren Eckstein.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy New Year and welcome to The Pet Show. We are live today to answer all of your pet and animal questions, but let me start out like I always do. Does your Rottweiler need to make some New Year's resolutions? Are your calicos ready for the big celebration? Is your pug in a partying mood? If you love animals, care about wildlife and the environment, and want to find out why your pets behave the way they do and how you can resolve any issues they may be having or vice versa, great time to give me a call. I'll give you that number in a second. But if you're confused about your dog or cat's behavior, if you want to find out how they think, do they know more about you than you know about them, stay tuned, because right now, once we're going to start with pet psychology, pet behavior, pet training, all that coming up right here on The Pet Show. As always, plenty of time for all of your comments and your questions and lots of great stuff to give away. So hop up on my couch and let the animal analyzing begin. Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm Warren Eckstein. This is The Pet Show, the place where we absolutely, never a doubt about it, love, adore, and as I stress every single week, respect pets and animals as much as you do. If you want to join me on the Evergrowing Pet Show family, if you want to just talk about your dog or cat, how they enjoyed Christmas, or maybe they didn't like the gifts you got them, or are your dogs and cats ready to re-gift their presents or maybe return them, great time to give me a call with any questions or comments you have. As always, if you're new to the show, welcome. If you're a regular on the show, you know by now that everyone that calls into the show and gets to talk to me live on the air today will, in fact, be getting the most amazing gift for their dog or cat. And again, if you knew, many of the items I give away, thanks to my incredible sponsors, are worth $25, $35, $45, even $50. So if you have a question about your dog or cat, just want to share a great holiday story, a great time to give me a call. The phone number here at The Pet Show, 866-870 KRLA, 866-870-5752. That is the way to get through. Obviously, we're doing it live today. We are broadcasting live, so usually it's difficult to call into the show. If you have a question or a comment, now's a great time to give me a call. Again, the number 866-870-5752, 866-870-KRLA. Really in a giveaway mood today, so lots of great stuff to give away. But let me tell you what's coming up on the show today. Really excited about this, and I'm going to talk about my YouTube channel later and tell you where you can see even more. Over the last year, that's right, over the last year, many topics have popped up on The Pet Show. I was going through some of the old shows, and I'm going to share some of the more unusual and bizarre questions. I'm telling you guys, you are really weird out there. You are strange. Questions like, can dogs be gay? Can my dog read my mind? Does my cat know always what's going on? Can cats really pick up on our moods? Some really great stuff. We'll talk about that a little bit later on today's show. Also coming up, I love cats. I've had as many as 30 cats at a time, but a new study says cats may be disloyal. Are cats really indifferent to their guardians? According to the study, they are. Also coming up, if your dog isn't coming back to you, and how many people get frustrated? The dog's in the backyard, and you call your dog, and he doesn't come. You're out there for 10, 15 minutes, a rainy day in L.A. like today, and the dog's still not coming, and you're going out there, and you got to chase him around. Well, you probably get upset when your dog doesn't respond to you, but let me tell you, your dog may actually be helping you live longer. It may be time for you to start joining your dog in the doggy zoomies. Some human zoomies coming up on The Pet Show. As always, plenty of time to answer all of your pet and animal questions. Lots of great stuff to give away. So if your dog or cat is chewing, jumping, maybe they're confused about the litter box. Maybe they're not housebroken, suffering with separation anxiety. Maybe the poor rescue dog is depressed. Your dog's chasing anything. Your dog hates other dogs. Cat scratched your favorite chair, peed on your bed, and your dog's humping everything in sight. Great time to give me a call. The phone number here again, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. The question of the day is, do you make resolutions for your pets? Do you make resolutions for your pets for New Year's? I don't. Why? Because I just try to make their day better every single time I'm with them. So A lot of people do. If you have made resolutions for your dog or cat, give me a call. I'm going to go over some generic ones a little bit later on the show. But some more about what's coming up is a woman called me on the show this year. I kind of talk about this later. She said her dog humps her leg often. Should she feel flattered? What about the dog that has to kick higher than any other dog when he pees? And should you include your dog in your prayers? These are all questions that came up both here on my KRLA show and my national show. I have them on my YouTube channel where I kind of go into it in a lot more detail, but I'll go into it as well as here. So it's a great time to call me, 866-870-KRLA. Or if you want to watch the show live, look at this. This is my New Year's face. You can watch the show live at youtube.com/Warren Eckstein, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein. And I will take some questions on YouTube as well. So we'll get to that. As always, plenty of time to answer all of your pet and animal questions. Lots of great stuff to give away. I'm also going to mention this at the top of the show. And I'm going to mention it again throughout the show because I very rarely do this. Over the holiday season, my own Hugs and Kisses Animal Fund has been totally inundated with the small mom and pop organizations spread throughout the United States. I mean, the ones you've never heard of, are the ones out there now in rainy days, saving dogs, saving cats, the one that brought all the animals into their homes during the storm last week. These are incredible people. And you know what? They don't have PR firms. They don't have marketing people. They're not throwing white collar or white tie affairs or black tie affairs. They're having a garage sale once a week to raise $50 to spay and neuter a dog or a cat. These are the groups, the only groups that my own Hugs and Kisses Animal Fund helps out. So I'm going to preach a little bit right now, and I don't often do it. Today is the last day to make a donation for a tax deduction for yourself. If you go to my website, the Hugs and Kisses Animal Fund website, you can pay over there, PayPal, whatever you need to do. We are a 501c3, so it's totally tax deductible. So go to the website if you want to make a donation. I love you guys for doing it. Small, big, medium, I don't care, because every single penny goes directly to those small mom and pop shelters. They really do. I take care of all the expenses out of my own pocket because that's how much I love you guys supporting these mom and pops. So if you can make a donation, go to hugsandkissesanimalfund.org, hugsandkissesanimalfund.org, or if you want to call 1-800-430-4847, 1-800-430-4847. And let me thank all of you in advance, not from me alone, but from all the animals, tens of thousands you have helped me save over the last years. And speaking about years, tomorrow is New Year's Day, which means I will be entering my 42nd year talking to you guys on the radio, more than that on TV, but 42 years talking to you guys on the radio. It seems like a week. This is like my favorite time of the week, coming up Saturday morning, talking to you guys about your dogs and your cats. Again, the number 866-870-KRLA. Regular show. I'll be taking your questions, giving lots of great stuff to give away as well. Let's go to how about we start out with with Brian, and then we'll go over to Victor. Hey, Brian, welcome to the Pet Show.
Hello, thanks for taking my call. My dog is 2 years old now, and I've started introducing him to greater outdoor adventures.
Yeah.
Whether at the beach or there's a park that's pretty empty. And when he plays, whatever toy I have, whether it's a Frisbee or a ball, he'll bring it back to me, and then he'll proceed to dig a hole, drop the toy in there, and bury it.
Well, let me ask you a question, Brian. Does he do that at home?
Yeah. No. I mean, he can't because I live indoors. He doesn't have any dirt to do it in.
Well, so then you answered your own question. First of all, a couple of things. Number one is dogs have scent glands on the bottom of their feet. Instinctively, when they have something they're enjoying with their guardian or another dog, what often they will do is bury it, going back to that instinctive behavior years ago. There's not always food available. There's not always things to hang out or play with available. So therefore, I'm going to bury some and come back to it later. Especially if a dog that doesn't have the opportunity to dig in the backyard or have that, regular regular space outside. So basically, when you take him to a park, or you take him to the beach, or you go on a hike with him, this now becomes his territory. And from his perspective, he needs to make sure that whatever toy he has, whatever he's doing, he wants to bury it as a sign of security. And then he's digging a lot both ways, up and down, covering it over, because he's putting more scent down on it with the scent glands on the bottom of his feet.
Okay, that's good, but I feel kind of bad when I uncover it and throw the ball again, because I feel like he doesn't want. I don't know. Should I just uncover it and keep playing with him?
Yeah, don't worry about. Yeah, listen, I love you for thinking that way. I really do, Brian. But just undig it and play with it again. Yeah, just that's the way to go. As long as he's bringing it back to you and digging a hole again and putting it back in, you're right on the track. You're perfect.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, no, don't go anywhere, Brian. Are you going to make any New Year's resolution? Well, first of all, what kind of dog do you have?
He supposedly is a Husky Pit Bull. I haven't had the DNA run on him, but he's got the traits of both.
So he's a blended breed. And
yes.
And are you going to make any New Year's resolutions?
For him?
Yeah.
No, I'm not into resolutions.
Well, give him a lot more toys and take him out a lot more. Anyway, don't go anywhere. I'm going to put you on hold, and I am going to send you. I don't know what I want to send you, Husky. Man, you know what? I'm going to send you some Orthosooth Gold to keep those hips and joints in the best shape ever, and it's on its way to you. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. 866-870-5752. Plenty of time to answer all of your pet and animal questions. Lots of great stuff to give away. Chasing your dog may give you some more time on this earth. We're going to talk about that, and some pet care and New Year's resolutions. I want to talk about that as well. Some of them are interesting, and let me just give you one off the top here. If you have not yet made plans or arrangements, if God forbid something were to happen to you, if you have not made arrangements or taken into consideration what would happen to your pets if something happened to you, who would take them, who would care for them, have you set up a living will, a pet trust, that is probably one of the first things that every pet guardian should do as a resolution. And the reason why is you've seen me, you've watched me, you've heard me cry right on the air here when you see an older dog being brought in by a family that doesn't care. Someone passed away, and now their dog or cat is going to the shelter that's been loved all these years. So making those plans and arrangements, if something were to happen to you for your dog or your cat, is really critical. So that should be a New Year's resolution, at least one that everyone should make. The phone number here at the Pet Show, 866-870-KRLA. Lots of great stuff to give away, including my own Hugs and Kisses vitamin mineral supplement treats. You just heard me give away some Orthosooth Gold, incredible for your dog or cat's hips and joints. I'll be sending out some my best-selling books, either dog or cat, Kitty Lickies, Lucy Pet Food, those T-shirts that say none of my friends walk upright, hemp seed oil in many varieties, and all natural herbal flea spray. So everyone that calls into the show and gets to talk to me live on the air will get a great gift for their dog or cat. We are broadcasting live on YouTube. If you want to ask a question on YouTube, you can do that as well. YouTube.com/Warren Eckstein. YouTube.com/Warren Eckstein. Let me take a quick break here. When I come back, Victor will get to you, Audrey will get to you. We do have a couple of lines open. A lot of people thought I wasn't going to be live today, but I got to tell you, folks, I am live and kicking with 4 cups of coffee in my belly. So it's a great time to call me, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Now, for over 5 That is a real dog, by the way. Yeah, people are always, is that a real dog I hear on the show? Yeah, it is a real dog. Hey, great time to give me a call. I'm Warren Eckstein. You're listening to The Pet Show on this New Year's Eve day, and we are live here. If you have a question or a comment about your dog or cat, want to share a great story, I'd love to hear what some of the gifts were for your pets and how they reacted when they got them. I will send you or your dog or cat a really super gift if you get through and talk to me live. So it's a great time to call me. I do have a couple lines open, pretty rare, but it's New Year's Eve day. So give me a call. The phone number 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. I see someone asked me a question on YouTube. If you want to do that, you can. YouTube.com/Warren Eckstein. YouTube.com/Warren Eckstein. Mike was asking me, are there any new laws in California this year for 2023 affecting dogs and cats? I'll be honest with you, I don't know. So if someone does, please send me any new laws that may have been passed or changed in California this year. I'd love to hear from you guys as well, and I will share that, Mike, on the air as soon as I get that info. Just before I get back to your phones, Victor, Audrey, and Veronica, I will get to your calls. This kind of really irked me. That's a word I don't often use, but this irked me. Is your cat disloyal? It's a running joke among pet guardians that cats are more aloof and dogs are more loyal. But is there any truth to this? Pet guardians debate and chuckle about the personality of cats and dogs, which can be as different as night and day. But listen to this. This really irks me. Again, I said irks. A new study published in the Journal of Animal Behavior and Cognition, something I read, I don't think you do, the Journal of Animal Behavior and Cognition suggests that cats truly might not be as loyal as dogs to their owners. Does this mean cats really are indifferent toward their guardians? Are your cats really indifferent to you? I think not. Come on, cat people, bail me out in this one. What a stupid study. I've lived with over 30 cats, and I got to tell you, they were just as loyal as the dogs I had. Sometimes a little bit more distant, but they were just as loyal. Anyway, give me a call. I'd love to hear from you. 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Let me just turn, I got my recording up here. Let me just turn my volume down here, Alex, because I'm hearing myself. There we go. All right, let me go to Victor in Buena Park. Hey, Victor. Welcome to the Pet Show.
Yes. I have a 14-and-a-half-year-old dog, Bruno. He's half dachshund, half miniature pinscher.
That's quite a combo.
I've been using this. Yeah, he looks like a little deer or a little kangaroo. Anyways, I've had him all his life, obviously. But the question I have, I've heard this commercial so many times on talk radio for Dynovite. So I got Dynovite for him, and I don't see any improvement. So I also heard another supplement called Rough Greens, and I'm thinking of getting that one. And I was wondering which do you think, which one of those do you think would be the best?
This is a tough question. First of all, I know nothing about Dynovite. I've heard the commercials. It's run by some company. I don't know who does it. I don't know who makes it. I don't know anything about it, nor the other product you said. However, I do know about my own vitamin mineral supplement. It has been around now for over 30 years, and it's so different than the other supplements for several reasons. Number one, in terms of skin and coat, it has lecithin and biotin, both. Nothing better for skin and coat. You have an older dog, it has both chondroitin and glucosamine, both for those hips and joints to keep them flexible. And in terms of digestion, you might hear, well, this supplement has probiotics. Well, the Hugs and Kisses supplement has prebiotics as well as probiotics. And you might be saying, Warren, why? Well, prebiotics actually feed the probiotics, making them work better. What does that mean? That means the Hugs and Kisses supplement is absorbed at a better rate. So how about if I do this, Victor, just to prove my point? How about if I send you a jar of my own Hugs and Kisses vitamin mineral supplement treats for your dog? You call me back in 3 or 4 weeks. Let me know how the dog looks and how he feels.
Yes, I will. Yes, I hope it.
And I'm so glad that you're concerned. A lot of people, they hear a commercial on TV and they're going to buy it. Well, let me tell you about the Hugs and Kisses, okay? Every jar, and as I said, it's been around 30 years. It was developed by me and the top vets. Every jar has my face and my signature on the label. That is my life. My face and my signature is my life. So therefore, I'm going to put you on hold. Happy New Year. The lovely Suzette's going to pick up, and a jar of my own Hugs and Kisses vitamin mineral supplement treat is on its way to you. As I said, I hear a lot of commercials. I don't know what they do or what they don't do. I can only tell you what I do. And by the way, let me just stress this again. My Hugs and Kisses vitamin mineral supplements are manufactured, where do you think? Right here in Temecula, California, just a few miles down the road. That's where they're manufactured. Hey, the phone number, 866-870-KRLA. Let's go to Audrey. Hey, Audrey, welcome to the show.
Hi, Warren. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you like you're right next to me.
Warren, first of all, Happy New Year to you, Denise, Willie, and Molly. I hope it's a wonderful year for all of you.
And back at you.
Warren, we've talked many times, and this is kind of a sad call because Suki.
It's okay, Audrey. Listen, I can see from my thing that Suki obviously passed away. And my listeners, I mean, my to other people out there, my listeners are the compassionate people because they would go through it exactly like you're going through it. So when did Suki pass away?
Very suddenly, 2 weeks ago today, and we're very grateful. And she was home with us, in bed with us at 16 years, for which we're very grateful. But I have to tell you this. This was 16 years ago, the weekend before we adopted her from the Lang Foundation. She's a poodle. And you announced that, do you remember when you had the blessing of the animals at the Cow Pet Cemetery?
I do. It was, thousands of people showed up. I do remember that day.
We went to that, and we had her blessed, and I have to believe that was a part of the 16 years and 1 month that we had with her. And we've talked to you, and I have a couple questions for you. Do you believe, because I remember the pain you went through when you lost your beautiful German Shepherd and when you lost your last little one before you got Willie and Molly. Do you believe that they're right there with? I had something happen this morning at 7:57. Honestly, Warren, I felt her like she moved in bed. It was the strangest thing, and we picked her up from the Cow Pet Crematory. She used to be with me every Saturday listening. She's right here with me now. Yeah. After we picked her up from the Cow Pet Crematory.
You know, Audrey, it's fascinating what you're suggesting to me, and let me tell you. And I usually don't share my own emotions, but I honestly believe that every living thing that's ever been around me or with me, and we're talking about lizards, snakes, goats, horses, rats, whatever, every single one of them is still here. The body might not be here, but their light is still here. And I may not be the most spiritual person in the world. I don't go to church every week or temple on a regular basis, but I do believe that when they cross over, whether it be animal or human, this is my own personal belief now, when they do cross over, their body is gone, but their light, their soul is with us. And so there's no doubt in my mind that there are times I still feel Cisco or any of the dogs that I've had with me or cats, whatever, I feel them. And I'd love to hear from some other listeners if they can agree or disagree with me. But it's one of those things, and you just have to let it happen. You have to grieve it. You have to accept the fact that it's not it's not a happy time. But what you need to do is you need to edit yourself a little bit. You need to think about, and I know you're doing that. Don't think about the last 2 weeks thoroughly. Think about the last 16 years. Think about the good times, the fun times, the stupid things she did, the crazy thing. Maybe she peed on the floor one day. Maybe she chewed your favorite shoe or got into your underwear. I don't know. But take some time to think about those. And I guarantee you that you will feel her laughter right alongside of yours. So you need to take a break when you're grieving any living thing. But sometimes we're actually closer to animals and people. But when you need to...
That's right.
You need to, there's a great guy that works at this radio station, my friend Bob, who I adore. And Bob comes out with this, and this is his sentence. He goes, Warren, people disappoint. That's it. And it's so true. Animals never disappoint. People disappoint. And so therefore, the feelings you're going to go through are normal, but just remember some of the positive times, Audrey. I think that'll make a big difference in terms of you getting through it. And my heartfelt compassion for you.
And I'll call you when we're ready, if we're ready. And I just want to thank you, to tell you how she's right here with me right now, so like she always was, in her little beautiful box that I have here for her. I just want to say thank you. You are the best, and I appreciate you so much. And I just can't thank you enough, Warren.
Well,
I just can't thank you
let me
enough.
let me thank you, and without and I'm gonna hang up. You can listen on radio. It's you, it's my listeners. You guys have been following me, and whether it be the Mickey Mouse Club, the Today Show, Regis and Kathy Lee, the Letterman Show, Saturday Night Live. You guys have been following me for 42 years. So let me thank you. I'm not that interesting, so let me thank you guys for taking the time to follow me on a regular basis. Audrey, if you need to talk, you know how to get in touch with me, and God bless you. But you can rest assured that Suki is right alongside of you. The phone number here at the Pet Show, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we got Veronica in L.A. We have Susan in Seal Beach, one of my favorite hangouts. Shakana in Northridge. We'll get to Lee in Seal Beach. I'm going to have to get back to Seal Beach. We'll get to Yumi in Seal Beach as well. The phone number, 866-870-KRLA. A quick break, then right back to your phone calls. Nature's Vet. And we are back on the Pet Show. I thought I was going to have an easy day today. The phones are jam-packed, guys. What are you doing to me on this New Year's Eve day? I'm going to get to all your calls. I got Veronica, I got Ronnie, I got Susan, Shakana, Mern, and Lee. So be patient with me. Sit down, have some eggnog, a cup of coffee, and I'll get to your calls. But right now, let me go to my friend Veronica in Los Angeles. Hey, Veronica, welcome to the Pet Show.
Hi, thank you, Warren, for having me.
It's my pleasure. Happy New Year. What's up?
Yes, you too. About 2 months ago, my husband and I, we adopted from the shelter a wiry terrier mix.
A wire-haired fox terrier mix. That's what you got.
Yes, that's correct. And one of the resolutions I have is I'd like to take him out on more adventures. But every time we get in the car, he throws up.
Where do you live,
without
Veronica?
fail.
What area of LA do you live in, Veronica?
I live in Mid-City.
I see the way you guys drive in Mid-City. I'd throw up if I got in your car as well. You know? Now, here's the bottom line. How old is the dog?
1 year.
Okay, so you got him from a shelter. He obviously wound up at the shelter in a car. Either the people had him before you, brought him in, or he was picked up by a truck and they brought him in. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, so his association right off the bat with a car or a truck is going to be anxiety-ridden. He associates the car. Maybe he was taken from a home that he had and it was brought to the shelter where he was just totally stressed out. Or maybe he was picked up by the shelter van and brought to the shelter. Again, totally stressed out. So what we need to do right now is we need to let the dog start understanding that the car is a good thing, not a bad thing. So here's my recommendation. And by the way, I'm going to give you my YouTube information before we hang up. And the reason for that is one of my listeners from, I think, Ohio had a very similar problem with their dog. And on my YouTube channel, I did an entire video, a long video on how to resolve car riding issues with your dog. But right now, let me give you some tips. Number one, what I would do every day or a couple of times a day with the car in your driveway, open both the passenger door, open both the driver's side door. If there's two people that the dog lives with, have his favorite people on one side, have him go through the car, come right out the other side, go right back in the house. Maybe do it an hour or two later. Open both doors, have him go through the door, then maybe give him a treat or a toy. After you've done that for 3 or 4 days, then what you can do is maybe just close the door and sit in the car for a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere, and then open the door and bring them back inside. I want him to associate good things, the end result of a car ride being positive versus negative. And every time he gets out of the car, even though you're not moving at this point, he's coming back to your home. Also, what I would do is after you've done that for a while, is you can start maybe taking him for a ride, maybe a quarter of a way down the block, stop the car, let him out, and when you stop the car, maybe a friend of yours or someone the dog already knows is there. So again, he gets out of the car, a positive reaction. Those are the type of things you need to do. Don't get angry with him because he's throwing up. It's not his fault. However, let me premise this by saying there are certain dogs that have neurological reasons for throwing up, but I think the fact that you just adopted the dog, the fact the anxiety the dog went through, stressing in a car or a truck, I think if you follow my advice, you should be pretty much on track. Does that help you out a bit there?
Yes, thank you.
And also, yes, Veronica, I'm assuming you have access to a computer?
I do.
Go to my YouTube channel. It's already up there because I'm answering questions on my YouTube channel now, and I can go into a lot more depth, obviously. It's youtube.com/Warren Eckstein, Eckstein. You can subscribe. It's free, but you don't have to. If you go to that YouTube page, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein now, look, you'll see a video there on riding in the car. Click on it and go into a lot more detail than I can possibly do on the radio. How's that sound?
Okay. Thank you so much, Warren. I'm definitely going to do this.
Don't go anywhere because you're such a lovely lady. I'm going to put you on hold, and I am going to send you a brand new dog out of the shelter. Let's keep him as healthy and happy as possible. I am going to send you some Lucy pet food for your dog, and I appreciate that phone call. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. A lot of people don't take that into consideration. Very often when a dog goes to a shelter, the last association with a motor vehicle is negative and went from wherever into a stressful shelter situation scenario. Susan, Seal Beach, my favorite hangout. Welcome to the Pet Show, Susan. How are you today?
Good, thank you, Warren. I have a retriever mix. He's a foster. I've had him for a few weeks. At the dog park, he's humping other dogs. And if he gets a hold of a stick or a random tennis ball, he'll attack any dog that gets a hold of it.
Well, what's the background on the dog, Susan?
I asked the shelter people, and apparently he was turned in because he was barking at their toddler. And
so it tells me right off the bat, if they turned in a dog because he was barking at their toddler, chances are the dog had never been properly socialized and never been properly trained. So what the things that you need to do right now is you need to build up, I know it sounds like opposite of what you're thinking of doing, but we actually need to build up the dog's confidence. It's just like a confident person. They don't have to attack other people. They have that self-esteem, that confidence within. So basic obedience is always the first. Now remember, when you take him to the dog park, find whatever toys he likes to play with, but never bring him one. If he loves tennis balls, take a half a dozen, throw them all at one time. So he realizes that if he doesn't get to this one, there's another one there, and there's another one there, and there's another one there. That's really, really important. It also sounds to me like they didn't pay a lot of attention to the dog, so perhaps when they did throw him a bone, no pun intended, once in a while, that was the only thing he got, and therefore he was going to be much more protective over it. And then they would take it away. Maybe he barked at their infant or whatever, and they would take his toy away. So what you need to do is reestablish the fact that things are not going to be taken away from him. Using multiples of the same item is a way to do that, and also building up that confidence with some basic training, because right now he's humping for dominance. He's not sexually humping other dogs because he finds them attractive. He's humping other dogs because humping is a sign of dominant behavior for the most part in dogs. So he probably was never socialized around other dogs, and bless you for fostering this dog, and I'll stay with you as long as I have to, but try that for a few weeks, see if we can get some of that self-esteem accomplished, and the toys all a bunch at one time, and see if that doesn't make a difference. And again, thank you, Susan, for have you fostered before?
No, I lost my dog this year, so I decided to foster.
What?
When he gets a random stick in the dog park, what I do is I take the stick and I throw it over the fence.
Oh, then you're taking it away from him, making him more possessive the next time he gets another stick.
Oh.
So
okay.
if he has a stick, what you do is, rather than take the stick away, find one item that he absolutely loves and replace that item with the stick. I mean, replace the stick with that item. So if it's a tennis ball, whatever, a frisbee, I don't care. But replace that item with a stick, so he associates the stick being taken away with something even better, which is going to help you his relationship to other dogs as well.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Bless you, Susan, for doing it. We'll see you in Seal Beach. I'm going to put you on hold, and I'm sending you a copy of How to Get Your Dog to Do What You Want, and I appreciate that phone call. 866-870-KRLA. You guys are giving me a workout today. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we got Chicana, we have Lee, we have Ronnie, we have Mern, we got Lee. We're going to get to all your calls, I promise. Great time to call me, 866-870-KRLA. Let me just again remind everyone, if you've been listening to me, you know I have my own Hugs and Kisses Animal Fund, which funds the small mom and pop organizations all over the U.S. We just donated to a woman's prison in Texas to help them out with training of dogs from shelters. So we donate to places you've never heard of, and your dollars and cents really make a difference. So, and this is the last day you can donate, obviously, for tax purposes. So if you'd like to make a donation, and this is my own nonprofit, my own 501c3, if you'd like to make a donation to the Hugs and Kisses Animal Fund, today's the day to do it. Go to the website, hugsandkissesanimalfund.org, hugsandkissesanimalfund.org, or you can call and leave a message, 1-800-430-4847. That's 1-800-430 and the word hugs. And I appreciate that. And more importantly, the animals all over the U.S. that no one even knows exist appreciate it even a little bit more. Phone number here, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. I do have an open line, so it's a great time to give me a call. Let me take a break, then right back to your calls. You know, And we are back on the Pet Show. I'm Warren Eckstein on this New Year's Eve. We are here live New Year's Eve. Yes, it's New Year's Eve. I'm confused because of the Rose Bowl parade. The number 866-870-KRLA. Be patient with me. We got a whole other hour to talk. I'll cut my topics. You know that if we run short on time. Another topic that came up this year on the Pet Show was, can dogs be jealous of human relationships? My dog hates my new boyfriend. What can I do? Should we include our pets in our prayers? And again, can dogs be gay? I answered some on my YouTube channel, so you can check that out, and I'll probably try to answer some more maybe the next hour, but your calls are my priority. Let's go to Chicana, I believe it is, in Northridge. Hey, Chicana, welcome to the Pet Show.
Called about with a different question, but in light of the call you had a few minutes ago where this woman lost her beloved dog.
Yeah, my friend Audrey,
I need to just share something quickly about that before I get to my question. I lost my beloved feline son in the summer. I'm still devastated, and I always will be. But I was given a book by a friend that has helped me tremendously. It's called Animals and the Afterlife by Kim Sheridan. It is the most incredible book. She interviewed, I don't know, hundreds or thousands of people who had experiences of their pets, still, like you're saying, their soul is still there on the other side. And some of them are near-death experiences. I would highly recommend that people, get this book if they want to feel some comfort and be assured that their pet really is all right. And then also to recommend on YouTube, if people don't like to read, there are videos that have been posted as well, including one that's like a half hour, is a whole montage of people expressing their experiences of their pets.
Yeah, it's as you said, there's a lot on YouTube. There's a lot written out there as well. There actually, if it's a really difficult time, there are bereavement counselors that are available to you.
Yeah.
So I would check out those books and check out the YouTube channel. There's always good stuff there. And if that's what you need to make you feel better, then I suggest it.
Okay, great. So now to my question. The general question is, and this has to do with a particular feral or community cat that I feed. There's a whole bunch of them I feed outside, and I have two feline kids inside. Hugs and Kisses Foundation actually helped me with part of my, the vet bill, which was extremely helpful for me. But it did. I actually never solved the problem with this cat. And the general question is, in order for this situation not to reoccur, which I'll quickly explain in a minute, I need to figure out a way to drastically improve this cat's immune system so he doesn't have the same reaction when the very, very hot summer comes around again this year. He's 10 years old. It's only been the past 2 years that he's had this horrible breakout on his nose and his face. In the summertime when it gets hot, the vet thought that it was a fungal infection of some sort, gave me a prescription for this very expensive fungal.
Yeah, but you're kind of. I think you're getting me out of my lane a little bit. I think at this point, if you have questions about what you can do to improve your dog or cat's immune system, obviously there are things on the market for it. But if I were you and I was so concerned about that, I would get an opinion from a veterinary dermatologist at this point.
Well, they're very expensive. I can't afford to go to a dermatologist.
Well, in other words, if you're getting advice from your doctor and it's not the right advice, then go online. You just recommended YouTube. Go online and look on the YouTube for some responses that people have similar situations like yours. That's what you need to do. And I deal with more behavior. Of course, we deal with veterinary issues here on the show from time to time. But from that perspective, it's a little bit out of my lane. So I would prefer you either go to YouTube and maybe even go to some of the universities or call the universities. They have some great websites that share a lot of information with you as well.
Okay, so in terms of just general immune system stuff, one of the problems is that when I do buy supplements that need to be mixed into the food, the very finicky cats will not eat. So that's
So what
that's
you
a
do is
problem.
you go. What you can do then is you go to a pharmacy, a compounding pharmacy, and let them take whatever supplement they're not eating, and have that supplement made into whatever flavor they like best.
Yeah, which is hard to know because that changes from day to day. In any case, that's a very good suggestion. These are cats that will like one thing one day, not like something the next day.
Listen, I hate to cut you. I hate to cut you off, but I got to move on.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of what can I send you for your feral cats. You know what? Let me do this. I'm going to put you on hold. I'm going to send you some kitty lickies for your cats, and I appreciate that phone call. By the way, if you have lost a pet, if you go to my website, thepetshow.com, not professionals, but people like yourselves that have had to say goodbye to their pets, what you can do is go to my website, click on the Ever After section. It's incredible. These are stories, poems, and reactions, not by professionals, but by listeners over the last 42 years responding to the loss of your pets and their pets. So check out thepetshow.com. Don't forget that, thepetshow.com. Go to the website, check out the Ever After section. It'll help you get through it. Quick break, then right back to your phone calls. I'm Warren Eckstein. This is The Pet Show. Just knock it off. We all know that my dog is better than yours. We are back on the Pet Show. We're going to break for the top of the hour just for a couple of minutes. We come back. Lee, Robert, Ronnie, Myrn, I'm going to get to your calls. Great time to give me a call. The phone number here, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Plenty of time for your calls. I want to know if you guys are making resolutions for your pets and you're not responding. Is your cat disloyal? Are dogs more loyal than cats? A new study says dogs are more loyal than cats, and cats are more indifferent towards their guardians. I don't buy it. What about you? Where's my cat people? Give me a call. 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. And again, you can watch me do the show live. Just go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/my name, Warren Eckstein, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein. A quick break, then back to Lee, Robert, Ronnie, and Myrn. I'm Warren Eckstein, and you are listening to The Pet Show.
Warren Eckstein, the man for your pets. We tried to stumble, but we haven't yet. Your dog is barking, your cat missed the box. Your ferret's chewed up all your favorite socks. He sure knows how to get inside your pet's head.
And if you love your pets, I'm assuming you do, you have come to the right place. I'm Warren Eckstein. This is The Pet Show, the only show that really delves into the psychiatry, the behavior, understanding your dogs and cats almost as well as they understand you, resolving any issues you may be having with them or they may be having you jumping, humping, digging, scratching, barking, not coming back. We'll help you resolve any issues that you may be concerned about. Plenty of time for your calls, lots of great stuff to give away. Everyone that calls in and gets to talk to me live will get a great gift. If you don't want the gift, that's fine. I'll donate it to a rescue or humane organization. The question of the day is, do you make resolutions for your pets? I try to just make life better every day. The phone number here with your questions and comments, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Or if you want to ask a question, you can shoot out to my YouTube channel. We're broadcasting live, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein. Plenty of stuff to give away. I got some hugs and kisses to give away, Lucy pet food, copies of my books, t-shirts, flea spray. Again, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. You know, I was talking a little bit earlier about resolutions, planning and make sure there's arrangements if God forbid something were to happen to you, that your dog or cat would be taken care of properly. And other people think about, well, I'm going to check my nutrition, I'm going to go to the vet more often. All of that is critical. All of that's important. But as a behaviorist, one of the most important things to check into is your dog or cat's social life as well. 866-870-KRLA. I'm going to take you guys pretty much in order, so I'm going to start with Lee in Seal Beach. Hey, Lee, welcome to the Pet Show.
Hi, Warren. Thank you.
Well, thank you for calling.
Oh, trying to hear you here. Okay. First of all, the reason I called was the woman who was talking about her cat that had died, or dog that had died.
Yeah.
And yes, absolutely, I believe they are still around. And I just lost my 19-year-old cat in August, and I felt her on the bed so many times after that, and comforting me and helping me, and she helped me stumble into a foster cat that I am now taking care of, and he's going to become my guy now. And it was so hard because at first I couldn't even think about adopting another cat, although I knew I would. I just couldn't put my mind there. But when this foster came up, he needed help right now, and
do you think there's, I don't want to get off on this sci-fi thing, and I never saw Star Wars, so I'm not into sci-fi at all, okay? Do you think there's something spiritual about this new cat coming into your life and the cat you had in the past passing on? Is there something, I don't know what the right word is, something that may be more than we know?
Yes.
Yeah.
It very well could be. I do believe there's serendipitous things that happen that there's no explanation for, and I think those are somehow God connected, and it's very possible because like I said, I was not ready for another cat yet. I knew I would get another one, no doubt in my mind, but when this little needy guy showed up,
yeah.
I had to help him, and of course now I know I'm going to keep him because
and bless you for doing that. And you know what? Things are meant to happen. Now, I used to be from Missouri, show me, but I've been around a little too long now, and I got to tell you, things happen around me. I'm involved with so many people. I speak to you guys every week, and then I do my national show and speak to tens of thousands or more people on different things I'm doing. And as I'm getting older, I don't know whether I'm understanding things better, that spirituality end of it better, or whether, I don't know. It's just that I'm starting to, I've always known that whatever animals I've lost in the past, they're animals that have saved my life, that they never leave me. The people that have passed have never left me. Everyone is around me. And you know what? And when I need them the most, if I'm sad, and when I need them the most, that's when they're there. You heard me say earlier to the woman who lost her dog to Suki, that I suggested to her that sometimes edit out some of the bad things. Remember the good things. And sometimes when I'm feeling a little down, and even I get down once in a while. It's kind of I think back at some stupid thing one of my dogs or cats or pigs did, and then I remember that, and it kind of helps me get through it. So yeah, they're with us the whole time. Really are, Lee. But great call, by the way. What a super call. So I'm trying to think what I want to send you.
They are, absolutely.
No doubt.
And I have one question for you. This little guy that I'm fostering, his name is Tiger. He used to be outside all during the day and then inside at night. And I am totally an indoor person.
My kind of lady.
And what's your best suggestion on helping him do that? He's doing well, but...
is he consistent with the litter box or no? Is he consistent with the litter box?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Make sure you grow a lot of organic plants for him. And one of the most important things from the safe plants, one of the most important things from a cat's perspective is cats are nomadic by nature. So changing the environment is good. Some continuity in the environment, but some change. You hear me talk every week about cardboard boxes, paper bags, bring them in, rotate them around, change things up a little bit. Just kind of keep him as mentally stimulated as you possibly can. It sounds to me like you're ahead of the game already.
We're having fun. He's a precious little guy.
Well, you give him a hug and a kiss me. I'm going to put you on hold, and I'm going to send you a copy of How to Get Your Cat to Do What You Want. And when you're done reading it, let the cat read it and get back to me. Hey, I love my listeners are the best. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. Let me go to Robert in Porter Ranch, then we'll go to Ronnie in LA. Hey, Robert, welcome to the Pet Show.
866-870-KRLA, the phone number.
Robert, hi, Robert. Turn off your radio.
Hello?
Hello, Robert. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. What can I do for you?
Thank you so much for answering my call. I'm really worried because I have this cat, and I have 4 rescue. Well, now 3 because one passed away a couple of days ago after 20 years. But
so sorry.
I have this rescue, and she started peeing and pooping outside of the litter box in the last year or 2, and I don't know what to do.
Robert, how long has it been going on?
Man, at least.
Let's say a year. And when you say she's not using the litter box, is it every day, every other day, once a week?
No, cleaning the litter box?
No. How often does she miss the litter box?
She's been peeing outside at least 2 years.
But I mean, how often? Once a week, twice a week, every day?
Oh, that she pees?
Yeah.
Every day.
Oh, she's not using the litter. Here's what I want you to do, okay? This was an outdoor cat at one time, right?
No. Well, I mean, when she was a kitten, it was a rescue.
Yeah, and how long? And how old was she when you got her?
Oh my God, I could hold her in I could ball my fist.
Okay, so now she's lived with you this whole time. She was using the litter box fine, and about a year ago she stopped using the litter box consistently. Is that pretty much it?
Yeah, and the other cats are getting aggressive with her.
Well, that's probably why she's not using the litter box to begin with. In other words, it's possible that she went into the litter box, one of the cats was assertive with her, she got out of the litter box, and now she's really fearful of going back in. And the fact that she's peeing in other parts of the house, she's claiming territory, and the other cats are not thrilled about that. So the first thing you need to do is clean up all the areas where the cat is gone. If you don't know where they are, get one of those black lights, shine them at night. They will show you wherever the cat peed or pooped in the house. Clean it up with a good...
I'm in pest control. I know exactly what those lights are.
Okay, great then. Clean it up with a good stain and odor remover. That's important. Make sure it's made for pets. Then what I want you to do is temporarily, I want you to put down another litter box, maybe 5 or 6 feet away from where the other litter boxes are. Put a new litter box down there. What I want you to do is also, next time she pees, dab up a little bit of the urine, put the paper towel underneath the litter in the litter box so her scent is there. I think that will help you an awful lot.
Wait, put like
let's say she pees and you find out she peed, dab a little of the urine up, put it in the new litter box I just recommended that you get underneath the litter, maybe by an eighth of an inch, so the scent is there. That will encourage her to go back to the litter. I think that's probably what's happening right now.
I mean, keep in mind, I have 3 cats and one. They're all rescues. They're all from the street, and I have 5 litter boxes.
But it doesn't make any difference if you have 100 litter. No, it makes no difference if you have 100 litter boxes. If the cat's not using a litter box, what's the point? I'm suggesting a brand new litter box. Specifically putting her scent in that litter box. See it. Try it for a week. If it doesn't make a difference, give me a call back. I'll go further with you.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. You don't want a gift. I'm going to donate. Thank you. I'm going to donate your gift to someone else, and I do appreciate the phone call. It's interesting, but you have 5 litter boxes down. It doesn't make any difference if the cat's not using a litter box. You can have 100 litter boxes down. There's a reason. I believe, in his case, I believe that some of the cats were feral, and I think she was intimidated by them out of the litter box, and that's why she started urinating around. So there's a couple of things they can do. They can use pheromones. That might be beneficial for them. Cleaning that litter box would be really critical as well. I do have a couple of open lines. Great time to give me a call. I still got Hugs and Kisses to give away. I got Arthrosuit Gold for hips and joints, my best-selling books. Hemp seed oil, kitty lickies, Lucy pet food, t-shirts, hemp seed oil, flea spray. Great time to give me a call. The phone number here at the Pet Show, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. That is the way to get through. I'd love to hear from you. If anyone's making New Year's resolutions for their dogs or cats, give me a call. And I can't believe my cat people, where are you guys today? Can you honestly say that dogs are more loyal, that cats are indifferent towards you? Dogs are really great with their guardians, but cats are indifferent to their guardians. Come on, cat people. You're going to let them get away with this study? I'm not. 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Great time to give me a call. Lots of super stuff to give away still. Even if you just want to answer the question of the day about New Year's resolutions, do you really need to make them, or are you just going to treat your cat better every day? Let me take a quick break here, then back to your phone calls. Let me start out by telling you about Lucy Pet. And we are back on the Pet Show. So could chasing your dog around help you live longer? A brand new study suggests that short bursts of activity a few times a day, like chasing your dog around the yard, can limit risk of death. It's time for you to join in on your dog's Zoomy times. Phone number 866-870-KRLA. I want to get to as many calls as I possibly can. How about we start out with Ronnie in L.A., then we have Mern, we got Paul, we got Roland. Right now it's Ronnie. Hey, Ronnie, welcome to the Pet Show.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself? Happy New Year to you.
Yep, you too. Have a happy New Year. I live in the Silver Lake area, and I saw these 5 feral kittens running around last month, and then 2 of them were found dead.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So I picked one of the other 3 up because it was so weak, and then I trapped the other 2 and I brought them in.
Bless you for doing
I've been fostering them for 3 weeks. But Warren, here's the problem. I'm going to have to go into the hospital for some antibiotic infusion, and I don't have anybody to watch them. I've called Sandy Orr at Kitty Bungalow. They're all filled up, and so I was hoping maybe I could just give a shout out on your show if somebody would be willing to help.
So let me see. So Ronnie, you have how many kittens? 3 in the house?
3, yes.
And how old are they?
About 9 weeks.
Okay, so they're really young. So here's the deal. Number one, what I would do is if there are cat fosters out there, and I know a lot of cat fosters and people just that might be able to help Ronnie out. First of all, hope everything goes well in the hospital. I know what infusions are. I get them myself.
Oh, thank you.
But the bottom line, Ronnie, is this. What I want you to do, if you can send me your information, phone number, your email address, send it to the email I'm going to give you right now. It's simply mail@thepetshow.com, mail@thepetshow.com. Send me your information. Okay. A little bit of what we talked about. You have 3 9-week-old kittens that need to be fostered. Give me your phone number. And if any, I know I'm hoping that my listeners come through on this. Please, how long are you going to be away, Ronnie?
Well, the last time this happened, I was gone for 3 months.
Wow. Wow.
It's an intense antibiotic infusion.
Yeah. All right. So let me do this. If there's someone out there that can help Ronnie out, please. You do the same thing. Email me with your information at mail@thepetshow.com, mail@thepetshow.com, and I'll try. I can't promise, Ronnie, because there's so many situations out there. But I'm glad I was able to at least give you a shout out. So send me that information. If there's anyone out there that can help Ronnie out and foster, send me that information as well. Let me ask you a question. If there was someone that was not able to foster but can come into the home 2-3 times a week to look at the cats and feed them and take care of them and clean the litter, would that be acceptable?
That might work.
Okay, good. So there's a lot of different things. So please, I don't often do this because I don't know Ronnie from anyone else who's calling, but it sounds to me what a heart. Save these kittens. Ronnie, send me that information. In the meantime, I'm going to put you on hold. I'm going to send you some Lucy pet food for them. But if there's someone out there, one of my listeners who knows somebody or a group or a person that can foster these 3 kittens, they're only 9 weeks old, for a month, maybe 2, maximum 3. You'd really be helping Ronnie out. You'd really be helping me out, but more importantly, you're doing the right thing, and bless anyone that can do it. So please email me if you're able to help Ronnie out, even to go check on them. He lives in the Silver Lake area. You can go to Patsy's for lunch, whatever you got to do. Anyway, please email me at mail@thepetshow.com. All right, who's up next here? We are going to Canyon Country and Mern. Hey, Mern, welcome to the Pet Show.
Hello, thank you so much. So I want to say that since 2017, I've just had a series of losses. Lost my son, then I got laid off, then I lost my husband. I had to put one dog down, then I had to put another dog down. It's just been a horrendous 5 years.
So how can we make life better for you? I know it's a hard time.
I want to adopt. I need a pet, I think, to be here at the house, but I can't. I have to get myself out of the house, so I don't want to feel like I'm leaving them. Would that be a better dog or a cat thing? I am in any country where there is some coyote and even bobcat action, so I want to be careful. If I do a dog, I have a doggy door, but what if it gets carried away or something?
You lock the doggy door. That's what you do. You don't let the doggy go out in the yard unless you're out there with him. That's what you do. That's what I do. And
so really then the question is leaving them alone. I feel guilty, but I've got to let myself have the freedom freedom to get
Oh
out.
no, I totally listen. I totally understand. But my question to you is, when you say leave them alone, how long are you going to be leaving them alone?
Well, I do still work, but yet it's been a 4-hour gig. But I get an 8-hour gig each day, then I'd have to take it. So it could be as long as an 8-hour.
All right. So I don't. You can probably. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe an indoor cat and a dog. But I think at this point, from what you're telling me, it might be a little much for you. I think adopting a dog would probably be the way to go. Now let me ask you a question. Big dog, okay with you? Medium-sized dog, okay with you?
Yes.
Okay, because that's probably what I'm going to recommend, especially the fact that you're living in canyon country. The dog should still not be out without you, but the bottom line is a larger dog might be a little easier to handle. God, I'm going to call on my friend Joy again. I always do. She runs Rescue Me Inc., who I serve on the board with, a great organization. Here's what I want you to do, Mern. You have access to a computer?
I do.
Okay. What I want you to do is also, you just heard me give the email out. I want you to also send me an email. Just say, this is Mern. We talked on the phone. I live in canyon country. I want to adopt a medium-sized dog. Age is not that important to me. So if you can, and give me your phone number, your contact information. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pass it on to a couple of people I know, specifically my friend Joy, and hopefully we will find the right dog for you. Maybe a dog that needs a home, and a dog that needs a home, and you that needs a dog in your home. We'll put those pieces together, and what a great combination. We will help you out, that I promise you.
All right, fabulous. Thank you so much for that.
No, thank you. And listen, let me tell you, having gone through the loss of many pets as I have, and the loss of a spouse, it's always going to be there, but little by little, you learn to deal with it a little bit better. But it's always going to be there, and hopefully from this point further, things will go real positive. So don't go anywhere. I'm going to put you on hold. I'm going to send you a copy of how to get your dog to do what you want, and in the meantime, send me that information to mail at thepetshow.com, and I'll contact Joy as soon as I get your information, and a couple of other people. I don't want to overburden Joy, but she's one of those people that doesn't know how to say no, and maybe we can find you that perfect dog. The phone number here at the Pet Show, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Plenty of time for your calls. I still got lots of super stuff to give away, so don't go anywhere. I'm going to take a quick break right now. When we come back, I will go to, let's see, we have Adam, we have Roland, we have Paul. I'll get to your calls. I do have an open line or two, and I still have almost 40 minutes to talk to you. So if you have trouble getting through, or you haven't been able to get through in the past, maybe this New Year's Eve is the way to go, and I'll still give you a great gift if I get to your call. The phone number, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752, 866-870-KRLA. That is the phone number, the best way to get through. Plenty of time for this. By the way, I wasn't joking earlier. I made a list of some of the most unusual topics that came up on the show this year. Butt sniffing, can dogs be gay, can they read your mind, why they hump your leg, what it means if your dog kicks up high when he pees, can they be included in your prayers, your dog hates your new boyfriend. This was a great one. A woman called me up on my show and said, Warren, we're going to the dealership today to buy a new car. I'm taking my husband and my dog. It's going to be the dog's decision in terms of which car they want, which he's most comfortable in. Just some of those topics. Had a lot of fun with it as well. So by the way, if you go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein, it's up there now, I believe, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein. You can check out the year's most interesting topics as well. The phone number here, 866-870-KRLA. Let me take a quick break, then we'll get back to all of your phone calls. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. That is the way to get through. As I mess up my papers here, guys, let me just get the right one. Okay, so listen. I've been talking to you And we are back on the Pet Show. So you think you have trouble answering questions from kids? Here's a question that I got. Warren, do animals have belly buttons? Do animals have belly? I love kids. They're so right. Do animals have belly buttons? Yes, some animals do. Most mammals have belly buttons. But who would think of that? Who would think of that? Only children. 866-870 KRLA. The phone number 866-870-5752. I can't get belly buttons out of my head. Let me get back to the phone here. Let's go to Burbank and Adam. Then we have Paul. We got Roland. We got Marina. But right now it's Adam in Burbank. Hey, Adam. Welcome to the Pet Show.
I have a little Papillon mix, Buddy, and he's a pretty good dog most of the time when he wants to be. But a lot of the other dogs around here, they tend to bark. And I can't really control what other pet owners do. But when the other dogs start to bark, he starts to yip, yip, and pretty soon he's barking too. Is there anything I can do about that?
Well, let me ask you a question. Does the barking go on for hours?
Pardon?
How long does the barking go on? An hour, 2 hours, 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
Oh, all day.
So in 24 hours, 7 days a week, the dogs are barking in your neighborhood?
Well, I won't say continuously, but when they get on a spree, it goes for hours.
Okay, so what's your dog's name, Adam?
Buddy.
Buddy. So let's say Buddy's barking. The other dog started up in the neighborhood, and Buddy's joining in, and he's barking right alongside with them. What do you do?
I say, it's okay. I try to calm him down, but he just... It's frustrating.
Oh, no, it's frustrating, but you need to understand that what he's doing is instinctive behavior. It's normal when dogs hear other dogs bark. It's kind of a rallying call. It's like the internet now. It's like when somebody's doing a Zoom call and everyone in the neighborhood is on their Zoom call. There are trainers out there that would recommend different things to stop your dog from barking. I think at this point, if you were to employ any of those methods that might be adversive, I think you would create more of a problem. So I know you're not going to like my answer, but the bottom line is you live in a neighborhood where dogs bark. If your dog is barking alongside of them, bring the dog in the house. I would not try to correct the dog for barking, because if you do, you're going to develop other problems as well. Now, there are things you can do maybe to shut the other dogs up in the neighborhood, like those little air horns you hear me talk about. Sometimes when my neighbor's dogs are barking down the block, I'll tap the air horn once or twice and everyone shuts up. Does it always work? No. But I would not try to resolve this in your situation, because the dog is doing what dogs should be doing. It's kind of like, everyone in a group of people is singing along and then they tell one person to shut up. We don't want you to sing. I don't think it's a good idea to overdo that. Either bring them in the house, that's number one, or you can't control the neighborhood. Yeah, go ahead.
He's in the house when this happens.
Oh, so he's in the house when he's barking. Okay.
Yeah, we have walls like paper in here. We can hear everything.
I think you're doing the right thing, though, by calming the dog down and saying, listen, buddy, I got it. No need for you to bark. It's okay. There are other things going on here. I think at that point, if you try to distract him, very often what happens, it turns out to be a reward. So he's barking. He stops barking. You give him a toy. So he says, you know what? The next time I want a toy, all I got to do is bark a little bit more. So, sometimes they outsmart us a little bit. What I did, if my dog...
I don't do that.
Oh,
I've
great.
listened to your show for a while.
Let me get what I do with my Molly and Willie. You have to remember they had a tough time too. When my neighborhood dogs are barking, and there's a lot of dogs in my neighborhood, when they're barking and Molly and Willie jump on the back of my couch, look out the window, and they start to bark as well, I do exactly what you're doing. I go over there and I say, thank you guys. I appreciate the fact that you just saved my life, but I'll take it from here. And sometimes they'll bark for a little bit longer and they'll quiet down, but they never bark for excessive periods of time. So I think that's what I would continue doing. But to try to shut the dog up by correcting him at this point, I think is going to be more of a problem for you than it is already. And I'm so glad you're considering that your dog is barking, and why is he doing it? He's just joining in. I mean, when I was studying in Europe, when one dog howled or one dog started to bark, the other would join in. As a matter of fact, in a pack of wolves, if they're all howling at the same time, one of the wolves will actually change pitch to kind of get that sound better together. So yeah, I you know what? It's normal behavior. behavior. I'm sorry there's so many dogs barking in your neighborhood. I don't know where you. I don't know. You live in Burbank. God, I never remember so many dogs.
I live
barking.
in Burbank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all those animated dogs. That's what it is.
Well, I used to live in Wrightwood, and we had a border collie, and she would hear the coyotes going off, and she would run off the porch and chase those guys clear out of town. 2 hours later, she'd come back with a big grin on her face.
Yeah, well, listen, border collie, that's a whole different breed of animal, border collie. Yeah, but you know what? I know I'm not. You know, Adam.
This is great. And just for a free plug, I've been feeding Lucy pet food.
Yeah.
And I ran out. And I've fed Brand X. I put it in the bowl. Dog comes over, takes one sniff, couple sniffs, looks at me like I'm Benedict Arnold.
Well, there you go. See, and that's why that's why she's barking. You ran out of Lucy pet food. That's why she's barking.
There you go.
Adam, listen, follow my advice. I'm going to put you on hold, and I'm going to send you some Lucy pet food for your dog so you won't run out. Great call, by the way. You know, it wasn't the answer that I think that Adam wanted, but, you know, when all the dogs are barking in the neighborhood, you can't have, it's like all the kids are yelling and screaming and having a good time, and you're telling your kid to shut up. It's not going to work. It's only going to create more problems as the dog gets older. I love my show. Hey, the phone number here at the Pet Show, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Let's go to Paul. Hey, Paul, welcome to the Pet Show.
Good afternoon, Warren. How are you?
I'm running short on time. What can I do for you?
Well, in no small part thanks to you, I have the greatest cat ever. This is Paul from Northridge with Simone. You used my testimonial about kitty lickies.
Yeah.
About how all I have to do is say, Simone wants a kitty licky, and she comes running. So she is just the best. She's a year and a half old. She listens to no, down, off, away, inside, out. And when I catch her doing something she shouldn't be doing, all I have to do is catch her and go, hey, and she just backs off.
So, Paul, let me ask you a question. This new study came out that says that cats are really indifferent towards their guardians, where dogs are not. Do you agree with that or totally disagree?
Disagree.
There you go. There you go. Finally. Fine. Oh, I see there's another call coming in that say cats are more loyal than dogs as well. I'm so glad that you called, though, and I'm so glad that she loves her.
By the way, Warren, I was calling about a problem about her chewing, biting the fresh new leaves before they open on certain houseplants, and I solved the problem. I got her own plant, a cat wheatgrass in a pot, and she absolutely loves that.
See, now I'm so glad you listened, because I talk about this all the time. You know, I talk about the cardboard boxes. I talk about the paper bags. That's important. But it's really critical for people that have indoor cats, which, by the way, is what I recommend and endorse, to make sure there are indoor greens for them to have. You want to go online, make sure you're getting safe plants for your cat, but growing organic plants, whether it be, oh, God, well, my mind is going blank. What's the thing that gives cats a buzz? Catnip. Catnip. I had too much catnip this morning myself. Give him the organic.
Warren, I just got her 14 pouches of kitty licky, chicken and duck, sardine and tuna. I have to have a big supply.
Listen. Simone is in charge of that household, Paul. I can tell that right off the bat.
Well, she may be the queen, but I'm still the king.
Yeah, okay. We'll see who's sitting on the throne in a couple of weeks. Hey, listen, Paul, let me move on, but Paul, I'm going to put you on. Paul, I'm going to put you on hold. You know what? I'm going to send you a T-shirt because I love you that says none of my friends walk upright. I love these type of calls that I get. It's kind of like, you know, I open up every week by saying, welcome to the Pet Show family. And even though I have tens of thousands of listeners, both on this show and the National Canadian show, we even heard in Guam, I consider you guys family, and you know, you were with me when many of you don't remember, when my first wife passed away in 1990, when I lost Cisco, when I lost Rio, when I lost Skylar, you guys, when I lost my dog Ty, the Buster Brown dog years ago, you guys were there to support me in every way you can. So when people say thank you to me, no, let me say thank you to you. The phone number here, 866-870-KRLA. Let me take a quick break. When we come back, we got Roland, we got Paul, we got Marina, and we got Robert. We'll get to your calls right after this. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. I'm Warren Eckstein. This is The Pet Show. And we are back on the Pet Show. I'm Warren X. Remember, today's the last day for your tax deduction if you donate to my own Hugs and Kisses Animal Fund. So go to the website, make a donation, small, big, or large. Just remember that every penny goes directly to the animals, not the big organizations you hear about on TV, the radio, or in the papers. These are organizations around America you never heard of that raise $50 to spay or neuter a dog, have a garage sale. You don't know them, but they're the ones who save the majority of dogs and cats from shelters around the country. If you'd like to help me help them, it's tax deductible. Today's the last day, though. It's the 31st. So go to my go to the Hugs and Kisses website. It's hugsandkissesanimalfund.org, hugsandkissesanimalfund.org, or call 1-800-430-4847, 1-800-430-4847. Let me get back to the phones. They're busy. We're going to go to Roland in Glendora. Hey, Roland, welcome to the show.
Hey, Warren.
Happy New Year, Roland.
Hey, Happy New Year's to you and your family.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that. And back at you. How can I help you today?
Absolutely. I've been listening to you since the mid-'90s, man, and my wife and I love you very much.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Well, we kind of adopted 2 kitties back in September, the beginning of September, so they're coming up on their 5th month. And you were asking a question earlier if cats are loyal. I've lived with cats my whole life, and I can personally tell you that cats are very loyal. I love every single one of my cats that I own, and my wife agrees. She used to be a dog person. She still is. And, I was never a dog person, but, I just I love cats.
It's interesting, Roland, it's interesting that you said that because the majority of people that say, well, dogs are smarter, dogs are better, dogs are this, dogs are that. My background is training dogs, so, I may be on the wrong side of this argument a little bit. But the bottom line is this. Those people that talk negatively about the intelligence or the emotions or the ability of cats are just those people that have never had the opportunity, Roland, to be owned by a cat. Once they come into your home and they own you, you understand exactly what you and I are talking about. They're incredibly loyal animals.
That's it. It's all over. I mean, they own you. You don't own them.
Yeah, I had I think it was 28 cats at one time that I had rescued, and I got to tell you, it was like they were all leaders and I was the only member. They always told me what to do. It was just incredible.
Well, I have one question for you, if
go
I
ahead.
can, please.
Go ahead.
Okay, how do I keep? I know they're kittens right now, but normally. They're indoor right now. Okay. Growing up as a kid, I had outdoor cats, indoor cats. They would sleep in the garage. But these kittens are indoors. I'm planning on keeping them indoors.
Good.
How do I keep them off the Christmas tree or off like a certain sofa?
Well, what you can do is around the bottom of their kittens, around the bottom of the Christmas tree, you can put some aluminum foil, crunched up aluminum foil around that. That usually works right off the bat. There have been extreme cases, though, where I actually have to put a balloon at the bottom of a Christmas tree. This was an older cat, so I don't want you to do that. But just some aluminum foil. Aluminum foil, they don't like walking on aluminum foil. In severe cases, I use them. Double stick tape, that's number one. Yeah. So in terms of keeping them away from the Christmas tree, it's pretty hard to do. They bring a tree into the house. Cats are going to be curious about it. So just make sure the tree is secure. Make sure there's nothing breakable put on the bottom of the tree. And also, never, ever, 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 ever use tinsel when there are pets in the household. That's really important as well.
Tinsel?
Yeah, every year, literally, hundreds of cats and dogs will choke on tinsel. They'll get it, they'll swallow it because it's, especially cats because it looks so glossy.
Loves it. I personally hate that stuff. I don't even understand the purpose of tinsel. I don't like it.
I'm glad that's the case. So yeah, that's what you would really want to do at this point. And also make sure right now though, because they're going to be curious about new things. So you hear me talk about the boxes and stuff. So as long as the Christmas tree is up, just make sure every day you're bringing in some cardboard boxes from Ralph's or Vons, whatever. And let them see that, and they'll be more focused on that than the tree. And I would not let them near the tree unless you're around them to supervise, especially young kittens like that.
Perfect. Warren, God bless you. God bless what you do and your work and your show. And my wife and I wish you a very happy New Year's and to be very healthy and prosperous.
And back at you as well. And don't go in. I'm going to put you on hold, and I'm sending you some kitty lickies for your kitties. And believe me, they're going to be licking the kitty lickies as soon as it arrives. Ah, God. Let me see if I can squeeze in another call right now. No, go to Maureen, Robert, and Diane when we come back. Marina, welcome to the Pet Show.
Yes. Warren, I think there is no doubt that cats are more loyal. Dogs will love anyone. Cats attach themselves or will own only one or two people. So I don't know who did that survey, but I disagree with it.
Oh, I love when people listen. Don't tell anyone. I think I agree with you, Marina. Okay, but don't tell anybody. Okay, I don't want anyone to know that I agree with you. Gosh.
Also, I want to tell you that Kitty Lickies saved my life with my cat. She has always had raw food, which I have to finger feed her because she has a lot of intestinal problems. The Kitty Lickies have changed her loving her food now. So I want to thank you, but I also want one of your T-shirts.
Oh, is that what you want, a T-shirt?
Yes.
On its way. I'm putting you on hold. Say hello to the lovely Suzette. Wish her a happy new year. She's the one to answer your calls every week, and we will send you one of those T-shirts that say "None of my friends walk upright." By the way, if you want one of those T-shirts, which I designed, and I'm colorblind, by the way, if you want one of those T-shirts, you can go to my website, thepetshow.com, and if you order those T-shirts, I think shipping is free. I'm not positive, but anyway, the money from those shirts goes directly to the Hugs and Kisses Animal Fund, so you might want to check that out. Let me take a quick break, then we'll get right back to your phone calls. I'm going to brag a little bit because it's time for me to talk about If I can squeeze another call or two in here, let me go to Robert. Hey, Robert, welcome to the show. Robert, you with me?
It's great to talk to you. Love your show. Love you.
Well, you don't love me so much. I only got like a minute and a half, so go ahead, ask me your question.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
My lady friend companion and I have a yellow Labrador Retriever. He's phenomenal. We just had him to the vet. He's down to 104 pounds now. And he said just about another 4 or 5 pounds and he'll be just right. He's a retriever. He loves going to the dog park in the morning. And he's, oh, my God, he's a retriever like you wouldn't believe. But when we get him home after he has his breakfast, because we usually are back in by 9 o'clock, he'll just lay around and sleep all day.
Well, what do you do all day?
And then he'll kind of
Robert, what do you do all day? No, what do you do all day?
Huh?
Are you home with him all day?
Oh, I'm retired and I do just a lot of stuff on the computer.
Okay, so the bottom line is it's not the dog's problem, it's your problem. You got to get him out more, even if it's, in other words, if they're bored, and I know he loves to retrieve, and he's got to lose a few pounds. So the bottom line, what you need to do is you need to encourage him to get him out a little bit more, to exercise him a little bit more, not just at the dog park, maybe running around the neighborhood. Maybe you should take up some type of exercise program with him. But that's really what you need to do, to think he's going to do it without you and just once a day or whatever, how often you take him to the dog park. He needs more than once a day at this point. So shorter periods of exercise are always better off. That's the way I would approach it now.
Okay.
Hey, Robert, I got to run. Call me back next week. I got to run on, but let me at least put you on hold and send you some. I'll put you on hold, and I'm going to send you some for your. You know what? I'm going to send you a jar of hugs and kisses, and I appreciate that phone call. Let me just take this opportunity to wish you all a very, very happy and healthy New Year. Check out the website. Check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein. Until next week, give all your pets a big hug and a kiss for you, a special hug and a kiss right between the ears for me. I'm Warren Eckstein, and thank you again for listening to The Pet Show.